Okay, guys, it's early in the morning. I just woke up because I want to share something really important. I had this dream that I need to share something really important. This is Makita Impact drives, impact drills, impact drives, impact screwdrivers, call it, name it as you wish. So, you're a carpenter that's working, screwing, tying stuff, etc. Or you have a factory and you want to buy the tools or individual needs, and you cannot decide which screwdriver to impact drive to buy. These three basically can do the same things except this fourth one. This is a wrench tool that you can unscrew car. You can basically add a bunch of these to unscrew stuff you need. So these have similar power capabilities. These all four go on 80-volt batteries. So basically, if you buy one battery, it works all for good for these, and if you have one charger. But now let's get into the details. What is this? What is this? And what is this? And which one should you never buy? Well, firstly, you should never. Now, everything is time and money. So if you are a factory, or your main income comes from works where you need to use these screwdrivers, so it's really important that you don't save money and you buy the most capable and most cost effective and most fastest impact drive you can have. This is this one. This is by now the most capable and most fastest one you can have. It's I think I bought it especially because its new one is DTD172. It's not written how much torque it has, but basically this is the same power as the 171st version. This is 172nd version, and this is something really old. DT 120, 129, 170, 129. I have this for 8 years without any problems. I have this for 2 years. One problem. I had this for 1 year, no problems by now. So the most common thing is what breaks down for these impact drives is it has the rubber hosing here. This had the one rubber hosing. This also had, and this rubber hosing, but especially glows in the dark if all of a sudden you enter the darkness. But I don't know what you need that because they have lights. What is really important for these impact drives, if you are working and earning money by carpenters, you need the most powerful one and most fastest one. That's the most common thing. So that's why you don't save, like, the price difference between all of these, I guess, is maximum 60, maximum 50 euros, like $50 to $60. I guess sometimes even $30. So if one of these can save maybe 1 hour of work in a month, then in 3 months it pays off. Sometimes even it pays off in the very first day. So to keep that in mind. That's how much speed and the efficacy about effectivity and productivity when we're talking about. So the screwdriver itself is a thing you should not save money on because it's like 30 or 50 euros the price difference between these, and it's basically nothing. So key features when you're working with an impact drive daily is, for example, this one and also this one. You can change speed, and there are a bunch of other functions which I don't really use, but I use speed, and you can change speed by clicking here, and you can see it, and you can also change speed by clicking here, and it has also some functions which we basically don't use because we practically screwed bolts for screws for woodworks, and those are screws between 4 times 5 to 8 times 20. So it's from small screws to really big screws. And imagine now, this spins faster and more powerful than this one. So imagine now you need to screw a day 1,000 screws, and this does it by 30% faster. So in a day you can do 30% more. How much money you can save if you buy something that is $60, €60 cheap, more expensive. So most important things, especially, is the light. In my case, sometimes you're in darkness. You definitely need light. It has 2 light bulbs, so no problem. And the next thing is really important, because this, I guess, didn't have a ball bearing holder, but these two have ball bearing. So what happens is, when you spin it, it spins pretty much straight. The same with this one, it spins pretty much straight. But the ones who don't have, it wiggles around. So why is that a big deal? Because if you are screwing fastly, you hold the nut, you hold the screw, and you screw in. If it's tight and straight spinning, the screw goes in. If it's wiggling around, the screw will fall off and maybe jump to somebody's head or in the grass, and car will drive over it, and it's all bad. So speaking about the durability, they said it's impact safe, but accidentally I dropped one of this older model from 3 meters height, and electronics broke down. I went into the service. They said they need to change all electricity. It basically cost the same as buying a new one, a little bit cheaper. So I just said, I just fix it. It doesn't matter. These are like, you can drive over them. You can use them and use them and use them, and nothing happens. Like I said, I even have this one with the same battery for 8 years. This is really like a senior. These are new ones, but just because these are new ones, we use them more often now than this one. So impact drives which you should never buy are brush motors. This is brushless motor, BL motor. It has written I had written here, but the paint went off. This one still has, like after 1 year it still has. So what it means is the engine, the motor of the drive heats up slowly, or doesn't heat up that much. It has less fan blowing out the hot air from the motor. So why is it good? Well, basically because it consumes less battery, it gives out more power and more stability. I have one with brush motor which I bought. I can easily throw it in the garbage, because if you start using it constantly with strong screws, with big screws, it will start to heat up, and when it heats up, the power drops, and it's spinning faster, then slower, then faster, then slower, then faster. It does a bunch of crazy things which you don't need, and it makes a strange noise. But especially another thing which I don't like about brush motors is that the fan is so strong, and when you are screwing something inside the wood, it makes a noise, and dust may start flying around in the room, and the fan directly blows it in your eyes, and you get like, holy crap, I cannot see anything. So the brush motors are way more beneficial, are way more usable, are way more friendlier in terms of heavy duty work. So these 3 are brush motors, brushless motors, BL motors. That's why they are here. Brushless motors, I mean, like the motors with brushes, I have one, but it's not even worth talking about it. And this one right here, why is it so important to have this? I always have it in my car, except now, because when your tire blows off, you just go there, you need to change it, you put on the battery, and you're like, and the wheel is off. You take a new wheel, you put it on, and the wheel is on, and you can continue driving without effortless. Why there are people that use this impact drive, even bigger ones, to put it on small screws. Why is it a good idea, and why is it a bad idea? The good idea is you save money if you need to screw less screws and stuff like this. Bad idea, it's heavy, it spins slowly, it's designed for torque, not speed. These are designed for speed. So what will happen is you will be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting if you need to screw, well, not very big screw, but if you need like let's say 50 centimeters long screw, really tight, like 12 millimeters, I'll use this one, not these ones, because the thing is, commonly what breaks for these impact drives when you screw something is this holder right here. It just breaks off from the vibration and from the power. If it's a big screw, it breaks off. And you need to buy expensive ones, I know, like €6 a piece or $6 a piece. But if you're like doing heavy duty things, most commonly these will start breaking. For example, if you want to screw something like a big screw and it starts shaking and you start screwing and it will just fall off, that's why you need maybe something like this. But I don't use this in my daily work. I use this only for car services. So many would ask, what is this model actually? DTW700. I guess it's like 700 Newton meters. So maybe for these it means like 171, it would be like 171 Newton meters, but that's not so important right now. If I would have these even more powerful, I would buy even more powerful and more faster if I can adjust the speed. They can become dangerous if they're too fast or too powerful, is because if you are using it with your gloves, it can grab your glove and spin around and maybe break all of your fingers. That's why you need to be really careful with these. But if you can adjust the speed and etc., and you're really cautious, then I would want to get even a faster one if it's possible. Maybe they sell it, I don't know. And this one, you may ask, can it unscrew a rusty car tire screw? Yes, it can. It has 4 powers, like four power states, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and most of the screws I can unscrew with the 3rd level, like a 3rd power. If it's a really nasty screw, like really old and really tight, then I use the 4th one. Maybe there were cases where I didn't unscrew the tire, but it was solely because maybe I was screwing in the opposite direction for a long time and I didn't manage to unscrew it. But it's so rare that you should not even worry about that. So yeah, so this one is really handy, especially if you're working in a car center changing tires. It's a little bit heavy. You will be pretty much tired if you want to go around with it all day, not like these ones. But it will do its job most likely really good. Speaking about usability for these and like comfort, these are really comfortable to use. It like fits in your hand really nicely, and the balance of it, weight by distribution is also pretty equivalent. You can basically throw it around without any problems, and so yeah, pretty nice tools. But the thing is, if we put these two in opposite directions, and it's really important. What I mean is the size and the length. Okay, you can change the length by putting this maybe to a smaller holder, but if you are in a tight environment like fixing houses, corners and everything, the size of this really matters. You can see it's smaller in this size compared to the older model. It's a little bit smaller in the overall size, like this one, and then it's maybe a couple of millimeters thinner also. So that's really important, because imagine yourself, you need to screw something right really close to a corner, right? And it can be really challenging, especially in ceilings also. So the smaller, the better. The more powerful, the more faster, the better. So yeah, so that's my overall conclusion. Don't save money on these ones. You'll be really happy when workflow is really great, other than just saving like a bunch of €30 or €50 or something. So yeah, so thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, just write them down and I will make a video of these. I have like plenty of Makita tools right here in my workshop, so I can talk all day with those, because I'm using every day them, especially in summer, like every day, just these tools every day.